Greetings, strangers. I'm Britt.
And I'm Dee.
Welcome to another episode of
It's a Strange World After All.
The podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all of the things that keep the world strange. I was doing it from memory. That's why I was looking like that. Because I was trying to see if I could do it from memory, even though I was like, you know what? We really could pre-record this and just keep it in like an A-roll.
Add it to, yeah.
But
Oh, yeah. You know what? I never thought about that because we could.
Because we say the same thing every time. But hey, you know, what is it? Spontaneity. Spontaneity is a spice of life. Spice of life. So yeah, we celebrated your birthday this weekend.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Good times.
Good times.
And more people showed up than what I thought.
You are so
No, because I honestly didn't think that many people would show up.
I was questioning Aunt Lori, but then I was like, she probably really do want to see Candyman, because we went to go see Candyman, of course.
Yes.
The remake.
So,
yes.
What do you think about it?
Why I gotta go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah, age before beauty.
You lucky we not even in the same space.
Look at me though.
Because I would have knocked everything over.
I wish y'all could see how I look though. I look like Felicia without the twist. I don't have plaits in my head. I just look stressed. Go ahead though. What did you think?
Oh my God, you do look stressed though. Okay, my thoughts. No, it was not. To me, it wasn't better than the original.
No,
but I liked it. It was good. It was different, but I liked it. Different in a good way.
Yes. I'm trying to do this without spoilers, but whatever. The whole weekend's gone by. So if a spoiler comes out, I'm sorry, guys. Skip ahead. But yes, it was different. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, because of course there were some, not even hidden messages. There was touching on like the whole say my name, police brutality, or just killing black men for no reason. Let's, just say what it is. So whenever that's in a movie, I try to think, okay, of course it's intentional, but was it like too forceful? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was it just like they tried too hard, or did it flow naturally? And I felt like it flowed with the story.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Because I see what they were trying to do, because I think, what I got from it, because if we're going to spoil it, we're going to spoil it. But
said it. Go ahead and skip up
because I'm trying to pick my words.
No, don't just say what you got to say. Spoiler alert.
But spoiler alert. I think they were trying to say that black men are Candyman. Does that make sense?
No, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So any black man that's wrongfully killed, they're then Candyman.
Yes.
That's what I took from it. Yeah.
Yes. As to me, it should have been. I felt like that was because I'm sorry, guys, Black Blasphemy, Candyman is not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
It's one of my favorites.
I'll watch it. I like the, what's his name?
Tony Todd.
Yes. I love his voice. I think he's a great, and I understand what it did for black cinema. Like, I get it. I just was always like, well, I feel like he's like terrorizing the black community. And why is, like, I don't know. I felt like that was needed in the first Candyman for me.
Oh, what they did with this one.
Yes. Like,
was needed.
Yeah. Like, no, you need to go after white people because, no offense, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they were the ones that did this to you.
Technically, he was, though, because he was after Helen.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But wasn't she like a descendant of somebody?
Of the woman that he had the affair with.
Yeah. No, they loved it at each other. It wasn't an affair.
I would just say affair because wasn't she married or something?
Something like that. I meant to watch the first one. We should have watched the first one again.
And see, I remember it because I watch it so much, so I pretty much remember it.
But yeah, it's worth a watch, especially if you've seen the first one. It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, go see it. Fun fact, I was watching this video about the original, and it was like one of those things you didn't know about Candyman. And I don't know if this is true or not, but they said the first choice to play Candyman was Eddie Murphy.
I was just about to say that as a joke, and I wish I would have said it at the same time. I was about to say, who, Eddie Murphy? Stop.
But they couldn't afford him.
Okay.
So they went with,
Thank goodness.
I was like, thank God.
Jesus. Stay in your lane.
Because I feel like it just would have been another Vampire in Brooklyn.
Is that movie supposed to be serious, though, or is it like a...
No.
Okay. I was like, or is it like a...
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it would have been like that. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting because I cannot see Eddie Murphy.
No, not at all.
As Candyman. And they actually shot it in Caprini Green.
Yes.
And they were, I think like they were threatened. This is according to the video I saw. They were threatened, and the only way that they could shoot the movie there was to let the gangs and stuff be extras in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I think the last day their van got shot up or something like that.
Interesting.
So it was intense. But yeah, fun facts. Go see Candyman.
Yeah, the main dude is boy.
In today's episode, we discuss the Ruthie Mae McCoy case. Due to her mental illness, Ruthie Mae was often plagued by fear and paranoia. However, when she calls 911 to report that someone may have broken into her apartment in an unconventional way, could this be a mere hallucination or something more menacing?
Dun, dun, dun. Ruthie Mae McCoy grew up in the Black Belt of Chicago. The Black Belt was the chain of neighborhoods on the south side of Chicago where 3/4 of the city's African American population lived. Ruthie Mae quit school in the 10th grade. When she was in her 20s, she talked to herself from time to time and would snap at strangers.
Ruthie Mae never married, and at the age of 27, she gave birth to her only child, Vernita. In 1983, Ruthie Mae applied to the Chicago Housing Authority, or CHA, for emergency housing because her basement apartment in Humboldt Park flooded. She was offered an apartment in the Grace Abbott homes.
And these are all like assisted living, right? These are all like homes in the projects, like apartment complexes in the projects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her new apartment was an 11th floor flat in a 15-story building at 1440 West 13th Street. She had specifically asked not to be placed in a high-rise because she was terrified of those places. But with nowhere else to go, she had no choice but to move into apartment 1109 in May of 1983.
And with that, I don't even think I think you just get what they give you. I don't really think you have a say. Well, I know that's how it is here,
I guess. But you can put in like a request, like a request, but it is just a request. Like for hotels, you can say, okay.
Yeah. Because of her struggles with mental illness, she was never able to hold a job for longer than a month. She was institutionalized several times throughout her life, and in 1986, a psychiatrist classified her as a residual type schizophrenic. This means that there was continuing evidence of some symptoms of schizophrenia, but no prominent behavioral problems.
And I am a junior in my psychology degree, and I'd never even heard of this. I didn't know that this was a thing. Yeah.
I didn't, well,
unless
I didn't either, but attention.
I don't study. No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that either.
Mm-mm. Like, I mean, I guess it makes sense because she wouldn't be as dangerous as someone who I guess had behavioral problems.
Yeah.
So I guess I guess we'll go with it. Later that year, she began taking GED classes at Mount Sinai Hospital Community Psychiatric Center. In February of 1987, she was approved for SSI. Since what is SSI? What is that?
I think that's like the Social Security. I don't know what the I stands for.
Social Security Administration. I don't know what that. Oh, so okay. So it's governed by the Social Security Administration, but it is just supplemental security income benefit.
Oh, okay. You know, Black folks, we just call it Social Security.
Social Security. I'm waiting on my Social Security check. Since this doubled her monthly income, she planned to start looking for a new apartment in the spring.
On the evening of April 22nd, 1987, Ruthie Mae heard someone coming through her medicine cabinet and called the police. The 911 dispatcher had a hard time understanding what Ruthie Mae was saying because she was so frantic. He asked her if they were trying to break in, and her response was, "Yeah, they throwed the cabinet down." When he asked her where, her response was, "I'm in the projects. I'm on the other side. You can reach my bathroom. They want to come through the bathroom." The dispatcher claimed he didn't understand what she was trying to report. I don't know how he didn't understand because he literally asked her if someone was trying to break in and she said yes. So just send somebody.
Yeah.
She's panicking.
Yeah. Okay, so I could understand how he would be confused. I would be a little confused because, like, okay, I get you're saying someone's trying to break in, but it's the way she's saying it that sounds off. Like, she's saying basically that she's trying to say that someone's coming through the cabinet, through the medicine cabinet. But the way that she's saying it, even if she would have said, "Hey, somebody's coming through the medicine cabinet," I'd be like, "Are you like what are you talking about? That makes no sense to me." I don't know. If I was a dispatcher, I would be like, I am a bit confused, but yeah, like you said, I would at least send someone out to do a wellness check or a welfare check, whatever they, go do just to make sure she was okay.
Yeah, but in Chicago at that time in the projects, it was known that you can take the whole medicine cabinet out and it's just a hole that connects to another apartment. So you could literally see into the next apartment.
Yeah.
That's how they were structured. So he should have known.
Because maybe he had never gotten caught. Because, okay, when you live in the projects, it's not like Black people, we have a complicated relationship with the police,
Yeah.
with the police anyway, with law enforcement. So I feel like a lot of times when shit happens, just like with gang violence or when you hear about somebody shooting somebody, it's not like they call the cops. They're going to be like, okay, well, we finna roll up. You know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
will take the law in our own hands. So maybe this dispatcher is not from the project. Maybe he just didn't know. I'm thinking from a perspective of like, I'm genuinely confused because I've never heard of this before, but still she's frantic. So
yeah. And then another article I read, I just saw it in the one article, so I didn't put it, but they were trying to say that he was being racist towards her, like making fun of her, the way she talks. That's why she said they throwed the cabinet down because he was focused on that, saying like it doesn't make sense how she said it, but you know what she meant.
Right. I can believe that. I automatically thought about that Martin episode when they were trying to get when he was trying to get the police to come out, and I was like, she should have been like, yeah, my name is yeah, my name is Rebecca. I'm on the south side of Chicago. Something crazy is happening, to see if they would come out. I don't know. But yeah, I can see him being racist. Also too, he's he probably was being an asshole. Because in an article by the lineup, they mentioned that same dispatcher never even recorded the incident as a break-in. Like you said, she said it was a break-in.
Yeah.
He just recorded it as like a disturbance.
See?
So I think that set the precedent for what happened next. So like why the officers did what they did. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Sorry. The police showed up about 20 minutes later, but they didn't enter the apartment, even though they received 2 other 911 calls reporting screams and gunshots coming from Ruthie Mae's apartment. The officers knocked on her door, but got no answer. They asked a janitor for a key to the apartment, but the key didn't work. So after about 40 minutes, they just left. So yeah, that's pretty shitty. That's pretty shitty.
Why? You got 2 other calls though. So if people are telling you that they heard gunshots coming from her apartment, go in that, like, break the door down or something.
Yeah.
Get in
There's
there.
cause for concern. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely cause for concern, and it shouldn't warrant a warrant because she was the domino effect. She called y'all and told y'all there was a break-in.
And then I just thought about this. What were they doing for 40 minutes?
I don't know. I don't know.
What were y'all doing?
The same thing the other officers were doing. What was that?
Marcus Weston. Oh
Girl,
my God.
I don't. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Eating donuts.
The next day, a neighbor, Deborah Lastly, called the police and asked them to do a welfare check on Ruthie Mae. She told them that she normally spoke to Ruthie Mae twice a day, once in the morning and again in the afternoon, but she hadn't seen her since the day before and was worried. Again. So this is the second time y'all are there.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say.
And someone is actually calling you out. The second time someone has actually said, "Hey, I need somebody to come out."
Technically, that would be the 4th time if you include Ruthie Mae, the 2 calls they got after Ruthie Mae, and then her.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Roughly about 6 cops and security guards from the apartments showed up at Ruthie Mae's door. The police wanted to break down the door, but the security guards talked them out of it, saying that the tenant might sue. Once again, they just left. Okay, first of all, top flight security of the world. Who are you? Like, you have no who are you? Why am I listening to you?
You are security. Like, why?
Are security. No offense, Keisha, but you is just security. Like, and then again, yeah, the issue is, like you said, she called them out the day before. Then 2 other people said, "Hey, I heard screams and a gunshot." Then somebody else called y'all out again. You brought a bunch of people, break down the damn door. What is the issue for you to break down the door? Especially if others are like, "No, something's wrong. This is out of her character, and we heard all of this." Like, do something.
Yeah. That sounds like the complex being shady.
A little bit.
Because they don't want to pay for the door.
Why are you worried about? Oh yeah, they might sue.
Yeah. Like, why are you worried about them suing? Like, clearly something happened. Clearly. So, again, the next day, her neighbor, Deborah, called the apartment's office and convinced the manager to enter the apartment. That's when they found Ruthie Mae's decomposing body. Okay, I just thought about this too. They didn't even have to break the door down. They could have just went and got the key from... Because I know the key at first didn't work, but obviously the manager had the key. I don't know.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't work in law enforcement. I don't know. I'm not a security guard. I don't know. I just don't know.
And then how much longer would she have been there though if it wasn't for Deborah? Because Deborah was the one that was getting on everybody like, no, y'all need to check.
Yeah, that's
So if
true.
Deborah wasn't there, then how much longer would she have been in there?
Deborah's the real MVP of this story.
Yes. She was lying on her bedroom floor. She had been shot 4 times in her left shoulder, left thigh, the right side of her abdomen, and upper right arm.
And in the wise words of my co-host, this could have all been avoided. It could have all been avoided.
Yes, I completely agree. From the beginning.
Yeah. There was an opening in her bathroom wall where her medicine cabinet should have been. Through the opening, you could see pipes that the killer had to get through to enter Ruthie Mae's apartment. You could also see the bathroom of apartment 1108. The medicine cabinet was confiscated by the state attorney's office as evidence. Ruthie Mae's medicine cabinet was never found. So they just took the whole
How
medicine
you
cabinet.
lose a whole medicine cabinet?
They probably took it.
Oh, I was going to say the people probably took it, but yeah.
Probably.
So what good does the other medicine cabinet? Maybe fingerprints, but I don't.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah. Oh, they would have had to take that medicine cabinet off and then take hers off too.
Yes. But my question is, how did they get in there? Or were they the inhabitants of that apartment? I'm confused.
Okay, so that apartment it wasn't vacant, but the person who lived there, I don't think they were there. So it was kind of like a drug apartment where they used to sell drugs and stuff like that.
It was a trap house, but not a
Yeah,
house. But yeah,
trap
yeah,
apartment.
gotcha.
Yeah.
A trap app. I don't know.
According to a 1987 article in the Chicago Reader, what happened to Ruthie Mae wasn't an isolated incident. In interviews with the residents where she resided, they admitted that people had been breaking into apartments via medicine cabinets for more than a year before her murder.
But yeah, maybe this was the first, because this brings me back to the dispatch. So maybe this was the first time that someone had actually either been home when it happened. So like
Oh,
maybe they were doing like watching people and making, because maybe okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. I have ADHD, so I just be talking. So maybe this was the first time that someone had actually reported it while it was happening, or because typically I don't think when people are breaking into people's homes, unless it is like maybe a stalker or you are a serial killer or something like that, that you're hoping maybe that they aren't home. Like maybe they were hoping that she wasn't home and it just so happened that she was home.
yeah,
So it ended in murder.
I can see that. Yeah. He was still rude though.
I was about to say he probably was still racist.
Yeah.
Rude and racist. He was rude and racist. 2 men were arrested for the murder of Ruthie Mae McCoy. 18-year-old Edward Turner and 21-year-old John Hondras were charged with murder, home invasion, armed robbery, and residential burglary. Witnesses said they saw the 2 men carrying Ruthie Mae's TV and rocking chair around the apartments in the early morning hours after her death. It's just a shame that your life, that you felt like someone's life was worth a TV, a rocking chair, and maybe some cash, maybe a little bit of cash, which I read in an article that they were saying that the two were, or the alleged murders were probably watching Ruthie Mae and realized, because of course she was going to get a new apartment, but they were saying that she was like starting to buy stuff for her new apartment and maybe buy like nicer clothes.
Yeah.
So they were thinking thinking that she had money sitting in the apartment, like a stash of money, maybe under the mattress or something. But still, is that worth my life? Is
No.
a couple $100 or $1,000 a rocking chair and a TV worth someone's life?
No. The charges against the two men were dropped after 2 years of the trial due to lack of evidence. No one has ever been charged for her murder. In 1988, Ruthie Mae's daughter, Vernita McCoy, considered suing the Chicago Housing Authority for the cause of her mother's death, but it is unclear if she went through with it.
I would have sued the police department for not doing their job, and I would have sued, the housing authority, because how many times? How many times?
It was 5.
Yeah. That security team should have lost their job or should have been written up or something. Like, no, it's neglectful for sure. Sandy Siegel, a clinical coordinator of the Mount Sinai Hospital Community Psychiatric Center, says that on the day of her death, Ruthie Mae told her, "I need help now getting an apartment somewhere else. I gotta get out of there."
Yeah, that's just sad because she was working on getting out of there, though.
Yeah, she pretty much had gotten her life together.
Yeah.
Like, she was working. She had she wasn't working. I'm sorry. She was getting a steady income, right? She was getting steady income. She had been diagnosed. Yeah, she was ready. She was ready to go.
Yep. Sad. If any of this sounds familiar, that's because this case has many similarities to the film Candyman.
Aha.
The case is mentioned at the beginning of the film, the original. Even in the remake, I think they just have the same last name. But this case is mentioned at the beginning of the film, and one of the characters is named Anne Marie McCoy.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it again.
At the beginning, when they were talking about it, they showed a picture of a news article, like in the newspaper, but the name was different. But yeah, it was this case. And then, of course, she had the same last name. And the scenes of him coming in through the medicine cabinet in the original. Yeah.
They were saying it was the same, like, setup.
Yeah. Because they even, when she went there, I don't know if you remember the scene, but when she went to the apartment with her best friend, they took the medicine cabinet out and she crawled in there. Yeah. That's where they got that from.
I remember that.
Okay, do you think that those two guys actually did it?
I don't know. In all honesty, because of course the case is cold, it's unsolved. I find it strange that they were seen carrying her TV and a rocking chair, but at the same time, I wouldn't put it past someone just selling them the stuff. Like, I've known instances where, you know how, like, you get evicted, not you personally, but people get evicted and they put your stuff out on the street. I've seen people, like ladies, set up shop selling the stuff like it's theirs, and I'm like, how you gonna sell these people stuff like it's yours?
But the only issue with that is that means that they would have had to gone inside the apartment.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well,
it wasn't just sitting out.
What if you don't think maybe like, let's say if they were not the murderers, that the murderer sold it to them, like, just to take the heat off of them? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it would have happened fairly quick. So I don't know.
Yeah, because when they took the stuff, of course, they had to take it back through the medicine cabinet because they didn't go out of her front door because the door was locked.
Right.
So can you fit a TV through?
I don't know.
Those medicine cabinets used to be big, though. But those TVs back then were kind of big.
They had backs to them. They had the butt on the back. So I know. Yes, kiddos, for you kiddos. TVs back then had butts on them and antennas and knobs and everything. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they did it or not. Because like you said, somebody could have sold it to them. But to me, it seems like they didn't even really investigate it. They just showed up, left, showed back up, left. And then they took the other medicine cabinet, but what did they do with it?
Yeah, I agree. And not unless, and you can come for me if you want to come for me, but not unless because society doesn't care about Black people or didn't care about Black people. So, and they were in the projects. So, not unless we're missing something in articles about it, or like you said, maybe they didn't investigate enough. But when you're going through articles, and like you said, there's so few articles, it doesn't really look like they investigated. It looks like they were just like, oh, it's just another robbery gone wrong in the hood, another Black on Black crime. So
yeah, pretty much. It's just sad
it
that
is
that
sad.
happened, and it's sad that it's still happening.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That's my thoughts. I honestly don't know if they did it or not. Maybe they did. Cause I'm thinking, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Cause it's really not a lot of information about those two.
it's not. And unfortunately, I mean, I guess that's not enough evidence to go by. And who's to say like what happened in confessionals, or what do you call those? Interrogations. Yeah, who's to say like what was said in the interrogations? Because again, it's difficult to find. If again, we can do some more research and have like case recaps if we find anything new and keep you guys updated. But
that's a good idea.
Yeah, as it stands on today, what we've researched, there's not much out there. So unfortunately, that's all, folks. That's
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast and Twitter at Pod Strange World. Also on Facebook at It's a Strange World After All. Be sure to keep up with us on Instagram for those hashtag Myth Mondays and hashtag Strange Saturdays posts. We also just announced our new TikTok page, It's a Strange World After All.
And just bear with us. I'm going to say that our TikTok page is under construction because it is new. We're still figuring out content for you guys and what exactly we want to do with that, whether we want to share other people's stories, because I think like a friend sent me a video of a woman and her daughter. I don't know, you may have seen it, and it was like the daughter was saying that she had an imaginary friend that she was talking to, and like the lady was saying that she had a son that passed away right before she had her daughter, and that's who she thought that she was talking to. It was really strange. I'm gonna send it to you, so maybe we can share other people's strange stories, just stuff like that, but we're still working that out, so definitely bear with us,
please.
And yes, we would love to hear from you. We always love hearing from our strangers. Strange gang. Tell us what you think about the Ruthie Mae McCoy case. If you go see Candyman, tell us about that. If you've never seen the original and you go see the original and go see the new one.
Yeah, I would recommend. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I would recommend watching the original first, and then going to go see Candyman. Yeah.
I agree. And I feel like when you don't see the original first, it messes up the integrity. Like I've heard people say, like, that's funny because you have that Pennywise poster behind you. But like a lot of people that I've talked to that saw the new It couldn't get into the original. And I'm like, no, the original's so good.
It is.
Yeah. Like it's outdated, but it's still good.
Yeah. And how could you not love Tim Curry?
Oh my gosh, he did such a great job. I forever did not even know that was him. I was like, that's the same guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah. Ah, man, he is talented. But also, if there's anything in the world of strange, any cases you'd like to hear, supernatural myths, whatever, that you would like for us to cover, let us know. Even if you just want to say, hey there. Start a petition to get these upstairs neighbors out. No.
Thank you for tuning into another episode of It's a Strange World After All.
And thank you so much for always keeping it strange with us.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.